the national legislations of that CP. Like if the mark is of such a nature to infringe rights acquired by third parties in that jurisdiction, if it is devoid of distinctive character or is descriptive, or it is contrary to the morality or public order in particular of such a nature to deceive the public. Now, time limit for notification of provisional refusal, normally 1 year, 12 months from the date on which IB notifies the international registration to the DCP, can be extended to 18 months or even longer when a refusal may result from an opposition, provided notification to IB by the CP before the expiry of 18-month period. Notification based on opposition is made no later than 7 months after the opposition period begins or 1 month after the end of the opposition period, whichever is earlier. These are certain nitty-gritties. Right of refusal, a provisional refusal is recorded by IB, published in the WIPO Gazette so that people can immediately know which are the countries where the provisional refusal have been notified, transmitted to the holder, and the holder has the same rights responding to ex officio objection or an opposition and or the rights of appeal, as if an application has been filed directly with the DCP. So again, a good balance between international stage and the national stage. The holder of an international registration may wish to appoint a local representative, although it is not mandatory in certain offices. Upon completion of the local procedures, the office will notify IB whether it is refused, whether the refusal is final or withdrawn, or for all or any of the goods or services, or there is any condition. Such information will be recorded by the IB and the international register and published in the Gazette. Now there is another important provision of replacement. When an international registration is designated for extension to a CP where identical mark is already registered in the name of the same holder for the same goods and services, the international registration is deemed to replace the national or regional registration. Such replacement is without prejudice to any rights accrued by virtue of earlier national or regional registration. Now this is a very good tool again. This obviates the need for renewal of concurrent national or regional registration. You need not go on renewing everywhere where it is earlier registered. You can simply replace the earlier jurisdiction registrations by extending or replacing that with the international registration. It's a huge tool. That's why I said single renewal. Now, for the first 5-year dependency of international registration, it is advisable to maintain concurrent national or international registration because of central attack. You are not sure unless and until the 5-year period is over. You should not take the risk of extending it or replacing it with the international registration. Replacement is automatic. These are all, again, I need to skip because of the time. Upon such notification, the IB records again the indications so notified in the international register. Each time IB is notifying everything in their register and in the Gazette, so that anyone from any jurisdiction is capable of having the overall view of what is happening with the mark internationally. Now, duration and renewal. International registration lasts initially for a period of 10 years, must be renewed every 10 years thereafter. Renewals are handled by IB. Request for renewal sent to IB directly to the holder or his representative. Renewal fees to be sent directly to the IB or via office of the CP if the office agrees to handle the same. Like in India doesn't handle renewals or any fees through them. They always prefer filing it directly. That is to the advantage of the applicant, I believe. Then IB records the renewal, notifies the DCPs, sends a renewal certificate to the holder. Your international registration renewed centrally, having effect in multiple jurisdictions. Just imagine the impact. Publishes the renewal in the WIPO Gazette for public knowledge. So, to sum up and as a flow chart, here is the applicant, files in the Office of Origin. Office of Origin certifies and forwards the application to the IB. IB examines, that is a formality check. Registration, it registers and issues certificate. Notifies all designated contracting parties. Notification to the Office of Origin, Gazette publication. then it enters all designated countries. Now, regarding the designated country procedure, there is provisional refusal. That is also have a two-stage. One is substantive examination under domestic law, either within 12 months or 18 months. Once the objections are settled, it amounts to withdrawal of provisional refusal. That is effect of local registration. Once the objections are not settled, refusal is confirmed. The applicant has a right to appeal. If the appeal is allowed, again withdrawal of provisional refusal. If the appeal is dismissed, refusal confirmed. Now the second stage of provisional refusal is through opposition under the domestic law. If the opposition is dismissed, then the withdrawal of provisional refusal, effect of local registration. But then the opponent has a right to appeal. If appeal is dismissed, effect of local registration. If appeal is allowed, refusal confirmed. The same way, if the opposition is allowed, applicant has a right to appeal. If the appeal is allowed, effect of local registration. If the appeal is dismissed, comes to refusal confirmed. Thank you.